Snap that bitch up, right?
So with it, y'all. Good morning, man. We'll have a little quick talk about loyalty, man. You know what I'm saying? I see people bring up loyalty, but don't really understand the different dynamics of it. You know what I'm saying? See, ain't nothing wrong with being loyal, but there is something wrong with being loyal to a fault, to where, you know what I'm saying? But I'll get to it real quick. I'm gonna waste no time. You did. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Smash the notification bell. Go follow me on IG, the CashApp, right in the middle of the screen if you feel like supporting this podcast or anything that I have going on. Highly appreciate it. Let's get right to it, all right? It's one thing that I've learned. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Throughout life. Every experience that I have, I try my best to take it, learn from it, being able to make sure I analyze it, break it down to understand all sides. You know what I'm saying? I'm very big on intent, context, and, all that shit, nuances and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I've learned is expecting me to be and do the things that I expect of others is something that stopped me from being and driving myself batshit crazy. But it's also been a really helpful indicator of where I need to step back. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I see shit, I just fall back from it. You know what I'm saying? Because in the past, I've shown an alarming lack of loyalty to myself, while at the same time continuing to engage with certain people out of what I believe at the time were my show of loyalty and devotion. Now, of course, this, this type of double-edged pledging of allegiance where you effectively keep throwing, yourself up under a bus for someone who isn't even on the same proverbial road as you, or who would throw you back under that bus because they don't acknowledge, respect, or even desire their loyalty. That's exactly how I've always ended up feeling deeply compromised and rejected. It It also wouldn't hurt that or better yet, it would hurt that I could go those lengths and I still couldn't change them or get their loyalty. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact I'm not alone in having felt this way and not being out, you know what I'm saying, at fault with what being loyal actually means. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna break that shit down to you real quick. Like I said, it's one big one. All right, hold up. Don't mistake being willing to compromise the essence of who you are and even your willingness to endanger your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual well-being just for loyalty and devotion. See, loyalty isn't the same as not having boundaries. And tuning out shady behavior and situations. You see, I believe that loyalty is something that happens over time with experience. Like trust, it needs to be increased on the basis of supporting evidence, not increased to make up for the decrease in your sense of self or the decrease in their contribution to what should be a mutual relationship. You know, just as meeting breaches of trust with more trust is a recipe for pain, so is giving away loyalty without due diligence. We cannot know what loyalty means if we have no affinity to it within us, because in reality, if we will betray ourselves repeatedly in the name of quote unquote loyalty, that's not about showing support for someone with the core thread of respect and mutuality. That's about codependency, being excessively emotionally reliant on that person and hoping that by giving in this way, that it will create a tipping point of reciprocation. You did? So, um, it's the whole giving out what we want back shit. You know what I'm saying? But the trouble is, we confuse what we're doing with what it actually is. If we're not being loyal and we're actually engaging in unhealthy, um, or better yet, engaging unhealthily, it's pretty unrealistic to expect that what would be sent back is going to be healthy. That would be to ignore the reality of the situation. It hurts us when we're being loyal to someone and they betray us. It also hurts when our loyalty is taken for us being a sucker. You know, it also hurts when um, it, it also hurts when we take another person's betrayal and then we judge ourselves for them having done so. And it most definitely hurts when we being misguidedly loyal, and instead of learning from this, we decide that we ain't loyal enough. See, loyalty is a decision, and the choice and the action to continue, uh, they need to be conscious ones. You know what I'm saying? As always, with anything to do with people pleasing, it's not about what we do, but why we do it. Being loyal is a great quality, but it just needs to be channeled appropriately. When we are really honest about why we remain loyal and devoted to someone who shows us that it's not respected, acknowledged, or appreciated, the truth is we are remaining loyal to a dream, a vision, or hopes and expectations for that person, or even for what we thought we could have been. You know, and had if only they reciprocated ours. You know what I'm saying? We're not really being loyal to the actual person. See, or to ourselves. At times, we continue to put forward our brand of loyalty and devotion, even when that person is disloyal or just not even there, because we believe that what we're doing can, will, and should be able to influence that person's feelings and behavior. It's the whole being and doing certain things with an awareness of what we feel that we deserve. Um, let's see. And then recognizing that it's not happening, blaming us for not being good enough when we really should be asking ourselves who and what we're being loyal to. And of course, it's going to provoke our sense of entitlement because, realistically speaking, who doesn't expect a little support and acknowledgement for their support? Once you dig a little deeper though, and what would be revealed is a conflict of interest between what we perceive that respect and acknowledgement to look like and what they're willing to do. We might expect that person to effectively change and step outside their comfort zone in order to make our own feel better. People who need integrity, love, care, trust, respect, and the intrinsic value of authenticity of a mutual relationship don't reward your loyalty with disrespect, delusion, or betrayal. They don't. If anything, they defend their values and identify with consistent and authentic actions and words because they value what it was that communicated to you and others that support was and is a good investment. They're also highly unlikely to want to be in a situation where um what I'm saying, you're so loyal due to a lack of self-love, because it's not love. So we must be careful who we devote ourselves to, especially if there's an expectation of reciprocation. When we're around like-minded folk, this is somewhat easier, and it's the same for mutual relationships. However, when we're having to clobber um, clobber the fuck out of them, and even have to raise these people from the ground up, it's time to halt. It's time to put a pause on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't row that boat with just one oar. See, being loyal is a quality that you should have, both within you and others. But don't fuck it up. Don't mix it up with servitude. All right? Servitude is completely being subject to someone more powerful or someone that you think is more powerful. And investing in you means avoiding dealing with you know what I'm saying? Like when you invest in shady behavior or things of that nature that the person that you being loyal to is doing, it also is a means of avoiding dealing with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it runs back to the whole litmus test of giving, helping, or authenticity. If you wouldn't be or do something if you didn't think that you were going to receive the perceived, the predicted reward, step the fuck back. Re-examine your motives and whether your expectations are realistic. Like I said before, I can't expect anybody to be as loyal as I am. If I get it back, good. But if you believe that somebody, what I'm saying, is loyal because of you loyal, or show the type of dedication and whatever, just because you're rocking with them, you're gonna always end up on the ass end of a problem. You know? So, like I said, re-examine your motives. Re-examine everything. Figure out whether you're giving too much. The love, respect, loyalty that you give out should be reciprocated. And if it's not, fall back. take your shit elsewhere. You got to be able to see this shit as it rolls out. So if you keep getting hurt by your loyalty and devotion to someone, it's time to acknowledge that you rightly expect to be respected and acknowledged. But this is not a situation or the person where that's happening at. Then you got to ask yourself these questions. Did they truly earn your trust and support? If not, then that explains the disparity between what you expect and what you're getting back. If they did earn it, was it earned easily or on merit? Or what's changed? And no, it's not your worth, because integrity doesn't vanish, even when what you thought was loyalty has. And to blame it on your worth is to keep up the whole owning other people's behavior and pretending that you have some type of Charles Xavier Jedi mind trick, you know what I'm saying, ability. I'm gonna say that shit again, man. Did they truly earn your trust? Did they truly earn your support? And if not, that explains the disparity between what you expect and what you get. If they did earn it, was it easily earned, or was it on some type of bullshit merit? Or what's changed? And no, it's not your worth, because integrity doesn't vanish. Integrity doesn't vanish. Even if what you thought was loyalty. And to blame it on your worth is to keep up the whole owning other people's behavior. Don't own other people's behavior. Don't let people project their fuck shit and their behaviors on you. Was it one-sided? I mean, if it was one-sided, it's a cold red. You know? Sometimes you can be so busy being loyal, and you would end up essentially overcompensating for the other party, that you don't even realize how little that they do in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Your friendships, all this shit. Until you actually have a need, and now you left hanging. All right? So I'm going to say this. I'm going to be done, man. See, people be get on this shit. It's look, you know what I'm saying? Get on. They get on, not just internet, but in life. People throwing out this loyalty word. Don't even know what the fuck it means. Haven't ever really sat and thought about it and broke it down all the way. The whole spectrum of loyalty. So I'm going to say this, man. Embrace and channel your ability to be loyal in a positive way. All right? Giving your loyalty to people who don't know, you know what I'm saying, their ass from a hole in the ground is a misappropriation of this quality and the beauty, you know what I'm saying, the beauty of your soul, your mind, your heart, your spirit, and all that shit. I mean, ultimately, loyalty starts at home. It starts at home, man. You gotta love yourself before you can give out any love. You gotta know yourself. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect yourself. You gotta be loyal to yourself before you do anything else. You know? And don't go giving it away until you know that you unquestionably have your own motherfucking back. Two things, man. Stay true and heal. And mind your mental to be mind your mental. Much love, y'all. God bless. I'm out this bitch. Take one.